So their big gun yesterday, was Michelle Obama. And let's just start with the media reaction to her speech, because they have, what do you think? They were really non-biased in their reaction to her speech. Just cut one.
A different kind of fierce there from Michelle Obama, and explaining what she means by going high in these times, in this moment in history. Kind of a sermon on empathy, but she also wielded a sledgehammer against President Trump in that speech, direct and forceful.
A character endorsement of Joe Biden, but a searing indictment of Donald Trump, and also an exhortation to go out and vote early, as she said, and in person, if you can. Extraordinary speech by the First Lady, and I can't help think about even her in that earlier documentary this year, Becoming, where she talked about her trauma.
I kept thinking of on alarms where it says break glass in case of emergency. There was glass all over the place by the end of this speech. This was an emergency speech by someone who's not a politician, who has written one of the most successful books in modern times.
So the slavish adoration hasn't stopped for the Obamas. Let's take a look at how the speech began, where she talked about character. This is cut 3.
I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day. Harvey. This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend, and just a powerhouse.
So that was, she's a good judge of character, so she's there supporting Biden. Here's from the real speech where she indicted Donald Trump. This is cut 23 for his treatment of immigrants.
They see our leaders labeling fellow citizens enemies of the state, while emboldening torch-bearing white supremacists. They watch in horror as children are torn from their families and thrown into cages, and pepper spray and rubber bullets are used on peaceful protesters for a photo op. Sadly, this is the America that is on display for the next generation.
This is an amazing piece of dishonesty and garbage, really. I have to say also, she didn't look good to me. I don't mean that in a sexist way, like she's not hot. I mean, she looked unhealthy. She looked puffy. She said recently she's been depressed lately because she realized how much her husband has screwed up the country, although she was blaming Donald Trump. So she's blaming Donald Trump for immigrants being put in cages. The cages were built and used in the Obama administration. The AP reported Trump used facilities that were built during the Obama-Biden administration to house children at the border. They were chain link enclosures inside border facilities. At the height of the controversy over Trump's zero tolerance policy, this is AP, at the border, photos that circulated online of children in the enclosures generated great anger. But those photos by the Associated Press were taken in 2014 and depicted some of the thousands of unaccompanied children held by President Barack Obama. When that fact came to light, some Democrats and activists who had tweeted the photos deleted their tweets, but prominent Democrats have continued to cite cages for children as a distinctive cruelty of Trump. So she's accusing the right of what the left was doing. Everything else she said was untrue. The fact that the tear gas has been used on peaceful protesters. Those protesters are not peaceful. They are not peaceful. Just try walking by them with a MAGA hat and you'll find out how unpeaceful they are. And the charges of racism in Charlottesville, of course, we know is a hoax. So all of this, absolutely ridiculous. Let's do one more. This is cut 30.
As George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and a never-ending list of innocent people of color continue to be murdered, stating the simple fact that a Black Life Matters is still met with derision from the nation's highest office. Because whenever we look to this White House for some leadership or consolation or any semblance of steadiness, what we get instead is chaos, division, and a total and utter lack of empathy.
Oh, the utter lack of empathy. Well, what about Eric Garner and Michael Brown? They were killed under the Obama administration. Where is this endless parade of black people being unfairly killed? I mean, it really, even if you counted just the people who were unarmed, which doesn't mean they were unfairly killed by the police, it's something like 8, where, of course, 90% of black people killed by violence are killed in homicides by other black people. And yet she's blaming Trump. Where did the division come from in this country? It came from the Obama administration. Never was the country more divided than that. It is why, as Trump himself says, it's why Trump is president, because of the division created by the Obama administration, because they took these killings of black people and made them a racial issue, which I do not believe they are. It is blaming the right for what the left does. It is their old tactic, and that's all it was. And it was such a dishonest speech.